So today's project, I don't know if I've mentioned it before or not, is that when I was trying to sell the house, that I was going to have to get another big generator to replace the one that I have. Well, I know I've mentioned this before as a necessity. I end up doing things here because I have to. Well, last week I did order the new generator to not replace. I was going to retire this one out to the pump house so that it would just run, once a week or so to fill the water tank. But a day after I ordered the new one, this one just quit. I've been on the line a couple times with the Champion Help Desk trying to get it going again, but it's just not happening. Originally they thought it just froze, which it could be, but it just won't. It will crank up, but it won't stay running. Change the oil, drain the gas tank, the whole thing. Gave it a complete workover, spark plug, carburetor, the whole ball wax. But anyways, it's just not happening. So today, the new one's supposed to come tomorrow after a little snafu with it. They actually ended up having to replace the one that I ordered with a little bit bigger, nicer one, and I didn't have to pay the additional because they sold the one that I bought over the weekend, because they didn't mark it as sold, and they marked it as shipped, but they didn't actually have it picked up yet. So anyways, today's project is to get the old generator off my cart that I haul it around in, and I'm going to put it on a pallet. Let me switch you around here and I'll show you. So I'm going to put this old one here on a pallet that I picked up yesterday when I was in getting horse feed. Pallet, and eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to get this one to a small engine repair shop and have them give it a once-over, and then I'll mount it to that pallet and again put it out by the pump house. So first thing I got to do is drain the fluids from it, and while the fluids are draining, I will take out its little mounting brackets and stuff that I mounted it on with the onto the cart so that it wouldn't fall off. And if you remember, a week or so back I dumped this, so that might be part of the problem as well. So I need to repair a couple tires that has gone completely flat on me now, and so here we go. I'll get back to you, see how far I get today. The new generator's coming tomorrow, by the way. I don't know how many have heard me talk about it and stuff like that, but while we're waiting here, waiting for the fluids to change, I've got it all disconnected from the cart. Gas is still draining. Where and how I've learned how to work on engines and cars and stuff, and I think I owe the most of it. My dad was no guru at working on cars and stuff. He knew the basics. I believe my brothers were pretty much lazy, but I think most of it to my brother-in-law Richard. my sister's husband. I miss him. Eric, Lee, Catherine, you had a great dad. Being over at your folks' house and working on his motorcycles and small engines, stuff like that, and his love to rebuild, like the Sprite. Lee, I think you've got the Sprite now. But him making that first dirt bike for my brothers and I, it seemed after a while that I was the only one that was able to get it started. But him showing how to gap the spark plugs and clean the spark plugs and what part of the spark plug was important to get clean and not. I think I owe most of it to him. And then the first car that I rebuilt when I started when I was 14, my brother's VW Bug that he crashed and died in, and I took his Volkswagen from being that smashed up car and rebuilt it, and then Dad made me finally get rid of it with his promise to get me a new car, which he did. Loved that chore, but your dad was one of them that kept coming over and helping and telling me that I had to do this or that next, and we converted that 12 volt. Well, I guess we found a 6-volt body to put on it because the body was totaled, and it's a 6-volt body that we put on his 12-volt chassis, and got it converted and ran it. It was a great little car, but long time gone. So while those fluids are draining, I'm over here checking on my plants. They're not doing very well. One of the reasons is that the wind keeps blowing out the heater in the little trailer. So I've been just leaving the burner on, but that's keeping it warm. Whew, it's warm in here, but I've lost 1, 2, almost 3. That one's struggling. And 4. I don't think this one's going to come back. Succulent back there that's having troubles. My mom's Christmas cactuses. They're struggling. Ponytail plant. It's looking better since I figured out if I just leave the burner running in here that it stays warm in here. But still have my guest cottage. Anybody who's interested. It's got its own great view out here. Its own little fire pit. I turn the burner off during the day. Give it a break. I even went to the point of putting foil over the vent outside to help prevent the pilot light getting blown out, but it's still getting blown out. But I need to spend about an hour in that trailer to trim plants and stuff, cut them back. But I was waiting to see if I could get the heat regulated in there, which I think I have now. So I didn't want to cut off too much and put them into another shock. I guess the most important ones in there is my It's my ficus trees and my mom's Christmas cactuses. I'd like to be able to salvage them if I could. I can only do the best I can do, right? Still looking for lumber. I'm gonna have to break down and buy some. Hey Harry, what you doing, little fella? If I can't find some scrap stuff to do the forms and like for the slab, there's just not any scrap lumber or anything anywhere around. Hi Jay, Klondike, Gemma, Levi, Sage. But okay, let me get back to this generator. It looks like we're just dripping oil, so that's my cue to get back to work. So I'll get back to you.